Hey everyone! So let's talk motivation. You know, that magical thing that's supposed to get you out of bed at 5 a.m., hit the gym, and then crush your workday like a boss. Except most days it's more like, maybe tomorrow? But here's the thing. Motivation isn't some mystical force that only the super productive have access to. It's actually something you can understand, cultivate, and yes, even hack when you feel like giving up. Today we're diving into the psychology of motivation, sharing tips to reignite that fire, and telling some stories of people who faced the struggle and come out on top. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be ready to tackle whatever life throws your way. Let's start with the basics. What is motivation? At its core, motivation is the process that initiates, guides, and sustains goal-oriented behavior. It's like the fuel in your car. Without it, you're not going anywhere. Now, psychologists break it down into two main types: intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. Think of it as doing something because you genuinely enjoy it, like playing a guitar because it makes you feel alive. Extrinsic motivation is all about external rewards. This is when you're motivated by money, praise, or avoiding punishment, like working out because you want to look good in that new outfit. Here's the kicker. While extrinsic motivation can be effective in the short term, intrinsic motivation is what keeps you going in the long haul. So, if you've ever wondered why you can binge watch a series without blinking but struggle to finish that work project, it's probably because one feels like fun and the other feels like, well, work. Now, let's geek out a bit on the science behind motivation. In your brain, there's this little thing called the dopamine system. Dopamine is often dubbed the feel-good neurotransmitter, but it's really more about anticipation. It's the reason why you're excited to start something new, like a project or a diet. But here's where it gets tricky. Dopamine levels spike when you're planning or dreaming, but they could plummet once the reality of the work sets in. That's why the gym feels like a great idea at night, but when the alarm goes off at 6 a.m., suddenly your bed feels like the best place on earth. So how do you keep that dopamine flowing? It's all about setting small, achievable goals. Break down your big tasks into bite-sized pieces. Every time you complete one, your brain gets a little hit of dopamine, making you feel good and pushing you to keep going. It's like tricking your brain into staying motivated. Okay, let's get practical. Here are some tried and true tips to reignite your drive when you're feeling stuck. 1. Reconnect with your why. Sometimes you lose motivation because you've lost sight of why you started in the first place. Take a moment to remind yourself why this goal matters to you. Is it for your health, your family, your future? When you reconnect with your deeper purpose, it can give you the push you need to keep going. 2. Visualize success. This isn't just some fluffy self-help advice. Visualization works because it primes your brain for success. Spend a few minutes each day picturing yourself achieving your goal. See yourself crossing that finish line, getting that promotion, or finally completing that project. Your brain will start to believe it's possible, making it easier to take action. 3. Reward yourself. Remember our friend dopamine? You can boost it by rewarding yourself along the way. Set up a system where you give yourself a treat for hitting milestones. It could be something small, like taking a break, or something bigger, like a weekend getaway after completing a major task. The key is to celebrate your progress, not just the end result. 4. Find your accountability tribe. Going it alone is tough. Find a friend, a mentor, or a community who shares your goals and can keep you accountable. When you know someone else is rooting for you, or better yet, checking in on you, it's harder to slack off. Plus, sharing your progress with others can reignite your motivation and keep you moving forward. 5. Embrace the power of habits. Here's a little secret. Motivation isn't always reliable, but habits are. By turning your goals into daily routines, you remove the need to constantly psych yourself up. Make your goals a part of your day, like brushing your teeth. You don't think about it, you just do it. Over time, those habits will keep you on track even when motivation is low. Now, let's talk about some real-life examples. Take J.K. Rowling, for instance. Before she became the billionaire author of Harry Potter, she was a single mom living on welfare, rejected by 12 publishers. But she kept writing because she was intrinsically motivated by her love of storytelling and her belief in her characters. Her perseverance paid off big time, proving that staying driven, even when it feels like the world's against you, can lead to extraordinary success. Or think about Thomas Edison, who famously failed 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. When asked about his failures, he didn't see them as setbacks, but as 1,000 ways not to make a light bulb. That's a prime example of shifting your perspective to stay motivated, seeing failure as a learning experience rather than a reason to give up. Closer to home, you might know someone who turned their life around against the odds. Maybe a friend who lost weight after years of struggle, or a colleague who finally launched that side hustle. These stories remind us that motivation is often about persistence, resilience, and a bit of creative problem solving. So there you have it, the psychology of motivation and how to stay driven when you feel like giving up. It's not about waiting for inspiration to strike, but about understanding how motivation works and using that knowledge to your advantage. Remember, reconnect with your why, visualize your success, reward yourself, find your accountability tribe, and embrace habits over hype. Motivation might be fickle, but with the right mindset and strategies, you can keep going even when the going gets tough. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and share it with someone who could use a motivational boost today. And drop a comment below. What's one thing you're going to start doing today to stay motivated? Let's keep this conversation going. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.